our verb review for today. Let me open that up. I sent that file to you last night, a little bit late last night, but hopefully you got it.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are. Okay. Let me see, do I have any students waiting? No, everybody's inside. Okay. Oh, there's somebody. Okay. All right. The first one says need. Now remember, with need and want and would like, do we use a gerund or an infinitive?
Infinitive.
Infinitive, sure. Would like to take. Or need to take. Need to take the test tomorrow. The next one says recently.
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 Have you seen?
Have you seen any good movies recently? Have you seen?
Seen.
All right. The next one says for 2 hours. For
Listening.
2 hours.
Listening. We're listening.
Have been listening, right?
We have been listening.
Have been listening. They're listening right now, and they have been listening for 2 hours. Have been listening.
Been listening.
Okay. The next one says next Friday morning. Future, but negative.
I want. I want.
I don't work.
Won't
No,
work.
want.
Or I'm not going to work, right?
I don't want to.
I won't work.
Not going to work. Now, since this is about a work schedule, if you said I don't work next Friday, it's okay. Because for a schedule, you can write simple present. So just if you want to say don't there, it would be okay, but it's a special case. The next one has the word there. And remember, when you have the word there, it could be there is or it could be there are, depending on the noun. In this case, plural, right?
There will be.
There are many ways.
There are many.
There are many ways to improve your English. There are. Right? Remember, when you have there, it's always going to be is or are, depending on the noun.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, the next one says planning. I'm planning.
To arrive.
Planning
to arrive.
To arrive.
Exactly. Plan to, need to, want to, hope to, wish to. All of those use infinitive. What about promise? Gerund or infinitive?
Sending. I promise to send.
To send, again, right? Remember those potential actions you haven't done yet, but I promise to do it, right? I haven't done it yet, but I promise to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I need to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I hope to do it, right? All of those potential actions in the future use infinitive.
Okay.
All right. The next one is about next year. A question about next year. That's the future. So what can we say?
Will Teresa?
Will Teresa.
Will Teresa
grow? Will Teresa grow any vegetables in her garden next year? The next one, we have no subject. So what can we say?
Gerund.
Gerund, right. Reviewing my homework before class really helps me learn. Reviewing. Now the next one, it says we had a meeting. Should we use an infinitive or a gerund here?
That one is kind of confused for me.
Infinitive?
Infinitive, right? Because we're showing why we had the meeting. Why did you have the meeting? To discuss the new schedule. Why did you go to the park? To play tennis. Why did you call your friend? To say happy birthday, right? When you tell why you're doing an action, you want to use an infinitive.
Okay.
All right. The next one has the word ever.
Ever.
Ever, I think it's present perfect, right? Has.
Has.
You got it. Has Jack ever
read
any Mexican novels, right?
Right.
Read, read, right?
Right, yes.
Number 12 says since last summer.
Mhm.
Since
The
last
person
summer.
has
Mhm. Right. We
Has
could go two
been.
ways, right? We could say
Mhm.
has managed or has been
been.
managed.
Manage.
Has managed, has been managing. Good. The next one, number 13, is about Shelley and not very many questions in the class.
Mhm.
Should we say isn't or doesn't here?
Hizo, isn't,
Uh,
but
Mm,
Doesn't.
Is it about today or in general?
in general,
General.
In general.
Doesn't.
Doesn't, exactly.
doesn't.
oh, doesn't.
In general, doesn't. Okay. Now the next one is a question about tomorrow or on Friday.
Will you?
Will you? Mhm.
Will you?
Or of course you could say, are you going to?
Are you going to? Okay.
All right. Number 15 says never before.
Has,
Never
Never
before
before.
is our present perfect again, right?
Yes.
yes.
Has
Has
never
never gone.
gone. Mhm. All right. The next one has the verb dislike.
Dislike.
Should we use a
Yeah.
gerund or infinitive there?
Infinitive. Oh, gerund.
Gerund, right.
Gerund.
Remember when
Yeah.
we talk about your general emotions about actions? We want to
Yeah.
use gerund.
Gerund.
I dislike buying expensive clothes.
Buying.
All right. The next one here says, who, now that he is in town?
Mm, mm, mm.
So now that he's in town, now, when I have
Who
now, should I use is or does?
is
Is,
Yeah.
right.
This is now.
Exactly. So we want is and ing, right?
mhm,
Who is Bill staying with now that he's in town?
staying? Yeah.
The next one says Thomas at home yesterday. Now we have to be careful here because the
Yeah.
verb is be.
Be.
So
Was,
exactly wasn't.
Was.
We don't use didn't with be, right? We want to use
Yeah.
wasn't.
Wasn't.
Thomas wasn't at home yesterday. Wasn't. That's you.
Bless
All right.
you.
Thank you. Mhm.
All right. The next one says next Friday. What's going to happen next Friday?
The business
Will.
fly into
Will.
the
Will fly, right?
Will
Will
fly.
fly or are going to fly
Are going to fly.
to New York. Okay. The next one says not lately.
Not
Not
lately.
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 What could we say for that?
Haven't eaten.
Hasn't.
Haven't,
Oh,
right.
haven't. Oh, haven't. Yeah. Plural.
Haven't eaten.
Haven't.
haven't eaten.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mark.
All right. The next one says for the last 1 hour.
Have played.
Have played would be
Played.
okay, but I would prefer have been
And
playing,
Have
right?
been playing. Okay.
Have played is okay, but
Okay.
usually when something is happening at this moment, we would use ing.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one says at the moment. So should we say
moment.
is or does?
Is.
Is. That's right. Is the doctor
Trying.
treating any patients at the moment? Is treating. The next one says next Friday, Frank intends. Intends what?
Mm, Next. Will.
Isn't eating?
Well, should we use ing or to for this one? Is
Oh,
it an action in
ING.
general or in the future?
Front intense beginning.
Extra.
Well, for me, But
Is
I
this
don't know.
Gerund.
in general or in the future?
General.
In general.
Next week is in
Oh.
general?
No.
No,
Future.
it's
Future.
future.
You
Future.
sure?
So what can we say?
Beginning.
Will.
Will begin.
begin.
Will be.
To begin, right? Intend
to
to.
begin.
Oh, intend
Put it
to.
in the right spot here. To begin. Because we have the verb intend here. right?
Oh, yeah. Intend.
I intend to, I want to, I need to, I have to, I hope to, I wish to in the future.
Okay.
Those potential actions in the future. Use infinitive.
Intend. Intend.
All right. The next one is also future, but it's negative.
Won't use.
Won't.
Want.
Won't.
Won't use or aren't
Won't use.
Orange
Okay,
juice.
we can use
Going
one use or
to-
orange.
use.
Or orange.
And number 25, the last one here. While.
While.
Cutting. Cutting.
You would say is cutting or was cutting?
Cutting.
He's cutting
He's cutting.
Is cutting.
He's
Well, hold on
cutting.
here. Let's see.
Was cutting.
Is
Was
this-
cutting.
Sam
This
is
is
starting
past,
to
huh?
cry while
Started.
he is started.
So this should be past too.
Was
Was
cutting.
cutting.
was
Was
okay.
cut.
Past continuous, right?
Mhm.
Sam started to cry while he was cutting the onions. While he was cutting. All right. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody.
Everybody.
Hello, teacher.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hopefully it will be a calm day in Los Angeles. We don't need any more windows broken or trouble, right?
No.
No,
Yeah.
No, no more.
Protest, okay. Broken windows, not so great.
not
No.
yet.
So hopefully we'll be able to stay safe this Saturday and the rest of the weekend. And then we'll see you again next Saturday for our last class of the year, right? Next Saturday is the last class of the year. So okay. Who's going to bring the tamales? Oh, wait.
No,
We all have to get our own tamales. Yes, we cannot
Pupusas.
yeah, we need a pupusas and tamales, and we need
Enchiladas.
so enchiladas. Okay, yeah, we'll have a nice party. Yeah, it's going to be a very strange last day because I've been an English teacher for over 20 years in this school
Wow.
district, and the last day is always party day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to have a party, but not this year. We can't have a party. It's not possible. So hopefully we'll be able to do something. And then, like I was telling the people who were here a little early, that I still have all of your contact information, and during the summer, I'm going to keep sending you things to practice during the summer. Even though we don't have a class, I'll send you some things you can practice during the summer, and also the Schoology website is not gonna disappear. So you can still go to Schoology and practice any of those tests that are in there, or worksheets or links. There's a lot of stuff you can practice by yourself that you don't need me for. But like I said, we'll definitely have a class again in August. We just don't know if it's going to be like this or back at the Mid-City School again. So hopefully we'll be back in the building soon, but we don't know when. So I will keep you posted. And like I said, today we won't go exactly until noon today because I want to give you some time to take the test if you haven't had an opportunity to take the test yet. And we'll talk about how to access that test a little bit. I sent everybody a message during the week if they wanted to do it early, but I'll go through it step by step with you today to show you how to do it. And remember, the test is optional. If you want to say, oh, teacher, I'm just happy to stay in my level for one more semester, no problem. You don't have to take the test. But it can't hurt to take the test, right? If you take the test and you get a bad score, it's the same story, right? If you don't take the test. But again, we know it's been a crazy time, especially this last week has been really crazy. And so we're not going to force you to take a test if you don't feel like you're ready. So if you don't want to take the test, relax. If you want to take the test, though, I'm going to show you how to get onto Schoology and do that. And I do want everybody to take the test by at least Monday, because on Monday I have to send the scores to the principal.
Okay.
So you don't have to finish today or tomorrow, but if you finish by the end of the day on Monday, let's say 5 p.m. on Monday, we need those. We need you to finish those scores. Now, if you're a level 3 student, the test will probably take about an hour to finish. If you're, because there aren't as many questions in the level 3 test. If you're level 4 or 5 or 6, it'll probably take between 1 and 2 hours to do the whole test.
Wow.
So give yourself some time, because there's grammar questions, there's reading questions, and there's listening questions. So it's like 3 tests in one. So when you take the test, but remember, it's broken up into 2 parts. So you can take one part, take a break, relax, have a meal, go out for dinner. Well, maybe not go out for dinner, but you can at least watch TV and let your brain cool down, and then come back and do part 2, right? So there's at least a break built into the program. There's 2 separate tests. There's the grammar test and the reading listening test. And in level 6, it's a little bit different, but it's essentially that's the same thing: grammar, reading, listening. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. So today we're going to talk about one last thing I want to talk about before we give you the test, and then a little bit later today I'm going to show you how to access that test. But I'm going to start with a little bit of a lesson that we talked about way back in the first semester, but we haven't really talked about since, and that is what we call passive voice. Passive voice. Now, passive voice is something that we use in English a little, not a lot, but sometimes it's very important, because you can't really make a sentence if you don't have this kind of a voice to say. To be honest, you could go through your whole life and never use passive voice because it's not necessary. But sometimes it's better than what we call active voice. So let's talk about passive voice a little bit today, and then we will jump in and do some practice on. I want to focus on today simple present, simple past, and simple future. Now, let's just remind ourselves about our normal verbs. Who can make a sentence in simple present for me? Can somebody make a simple present tense sentence? Simple present.
I listen music.
I listen to music every day, for example. Yeah, that's simple present, right? Remember, simple present is when we talk about regular activities every day, every week, every month. And we talk about general information, like I have a dog, or I like cranberries, or I live in New York, right? That's simple present, where we have general information and regular activities. All right, who can make a sentence with simple past for me? All right, Anna?
Yes. She works 8 hours a day.
Oh, that's simple present, right?
Yes.
She works
Simple
8 hours
past.
a day. Very good. Who can make a simple past for me?
Oh, simple past.
I went to the church.
Oh, sure. I went to church. I went to
Okay,
church
what is
last Sunday. Or I took a shower this morning. Or I broke my leg 5 years ago. Right? That's simple past. Any action that happens yesterday, last week, last month. Okay? And finally, simple future. Who can make a sentence with simple future?
For
I can-
future.
All right, Veronica?
Okay, I'm going to Mexico next week.
I'm going to Mexico next week. That's one way to make future with going to, right?
Going to.
And what's another way to make future with
Will.
will? Okay, who can make a sentence with will?
I will make quesadillas.
Will make. You will cook this weekend.
Okay, that sounds good. I will visit my family tomorrow. I will call my dad on Friday. I will visit New York next summer, etc., etc., etc. Right? So going to will. So simple present, simple past, simple future. All right. Now, in all of those sentences, I think in all of those examples, you had I as your subject, right? Right. So Veronica said, "I'm going to Mexico next week," and Maria Diego said, "I went to church last Sunday," and somebody else said, "I listen to music every day." Right. The subject was a person, right? A person is the subject. But remember, sometimes subjects are things. Sometimes subjects are things. And when a thing is the subject, like a book or a pencil or a cell phone, we could have a normal verb, but usually when a thing is the subject, we don't use a normal simple present or simple past or simple future. We have to use what we call passive. Okay, so I'm going to do a little explanation about that. So let me share my presentation with you, and then we will practice a little by a little along the way. Okay, so I'm going to mute everybody's microphone for a second. Okay, and I'm going to open up this slideshow, and we're going to talk about passive. Okay, everybody can see the slide that says passive voice? Yes, give me a thumbs up if you can see that slide. Yes, no problem. Okay, good. All right, passive voice, changing the focus of sentences in English. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, form. When we have passive voice, we use be and past participle. And remember, when I say be, I mean am, is, are, was, were, will be, right? All of those words, right? And remember, for past participles, when we have a regular verb, we just add ed, called, visited, prepared, right? All of those are regular past participles. Irregular verbs, remember, have various forms. Sometimes the same as simple past and sometimes different. Depends, right? And remember, for example, broken, drawn, taken, eaten, drunk, gotten. These are all past participles, the red words, right? Sold, sent, driven, sung, ridden, written, fed, flown, taught, made, seen, done, read, bought, cut, etc. Right? All of these are past participles. Right? So how do we make a passive? We use these past participles, the words in red, and we're going to use am, is, are, was, were, or will be. So, for example, I can say, that chair is broken, right? Or all the cookies were eaten. Or the house was sold. or that song is sung, or my cat, excuse me, will be fed, or the cookies were made, or the story is read, etc., 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 etc. Right? I'm going to use am, is, are, was, were, will be with these red words, these past participles. Right? And I'm going to send you these slides after the presentation so you don't have to go crazy trying to write down these past participles. But remember, these past participles we use with present perfect too, right? So I say, have you ever broken your leg? Have you eaten your breakfast yet? We have already sold the bicycle. Has the cat been fed yet? Right? We're using it with present perfect too. So these passive now past participles have two different functions. Passive and perfect. Okay. Let's take a look one by one. Using passive voice. In English, we use passive voice when we want to focus on the object instead of the subject. Okay? Notice what we have here. This is just good old simple past, right? John sold the most hot dogs, right? In that sentence, we're focused on the person, John. So John is the subject. But what if I want to focus on the hot dogs? Well, I'm going to have to change my verb just a little bit. The most hot dogs were sold by John. See what happened? I added that be verb, were, sold by John. The zookeeper feeds the animals every day. This focuses on the person, the zookeeper. But what if I want to put the animals in the subject position? If I want to focus on the animals, I'm going to use a passive voice. So the animals are fed every afternoon, right? Notice what I did. I added the be verb and I changed to the past participle, right? Sold is called active. Were sold is called passive. Feeds is active. Are fed is passive. Okay? All right, let's break this down a little more closely. Be careful. Not every sentence in English can be passive. Only a sentence in which the verb has an object can be made into passive. Example, Luisa sells tamales every weekend, right? We have tamales, that's an object. So I can make a passive. Tamales are sold by Luisa every weekend, no problem. The baby slept very well last night. No object, right? Because I don't have a noun after the verb. Remember, that's what an object means. An object is a noun that's after a verb. So here, there's no object. The baby slept. So I can't make passive. I walk to school every afternoon. We have a place after the verb, but not a thing. Remember, the subject of a passive is usually a thing, not a place, not a person, not a time, a thing. My son and his wife live in San Dimas. No object. Verbs with objects are called transitive verbs. Verbs with no objects are called intransitive. Only transitive verbs can be passive. So this one has an object, tamales. An object is a noun that's after the verb, tamales. Here, no object. Here, no object. Here, no object. Right? We have places, we have times, but we don't have things. Right? Tamales is a thing, and that means we can make a passive. Okay. let's look at it even more closely. Changing an active, that's our normal sentence that we use 90% of the time, to passive. That's this new form we're learning right now. There are 4 steps. Step 1, put the object into the subject position. Step 2, add the be verb in the proper form. Step 3, change the verb to the past participle. For example, done. 4, add by and the original subject. Okay, so let's break this down. Here's an example. Here's a sentence. Henry drew this picture. Here's a passive. The picture was drawn by Henry. All right, let's look at it step by step. Step 1, what does it say? Put the object into the subject position, okay? What is the object? The object is this word right here, picture. So look what happens. I took the word picture and I put it in front. Step 2, add be in proper form. Well, what's be in proper form? It's underlined right here. Was, right? That's our second step, right? I added that word, was. Step 3, change the action verb to the past participle, right? We have drew that we changed to drawn. Drew is simple past. Drawn is past participle. Drew and drawn. Okay? And final step, add by and the original subject. This step is optional. But here it's important because we have to keep Henry in the sentence. So I put Henry over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to make a passive. Object in front, be verb, past participle by the original subject. Object in front, be verb, past participle by original subject. Object, be, participle, by. Those are your steps, right? Object in front, be verb, past participle, by. Okay, all right, now let's do some practice. Let's practice simple present, simple past, and simple future. Let's start with simple present. Oh, first we got to talk about the reasons to use passive. I forgot about this. All right, so passive is when the thing is in the subject position. Well, when does that happen? Most of the time we don't want to use passive. However, there are a few situations when passive is better than active. Example, when the person doing the action is not known. I don't know who did this action, but I know somebody did it. For example, oh no, my bicycle was stolen. My bicycle was stolen, right? I want to focus on my bicycle, right? Something happened to my bicycle and I don't know who did it. So I say my bicycle was stolen. Simple past, passive. Number 2, when the person doing the action is obvious. I don't have to mention the person because of course we know who does it. Example, the mail is usually delivered at 2 p.m. Claro, by the mail deliverer, by the postal worker, right? I don't have to mention him in the sentence because we know who's going to deliver the mail. Number 3, when the person doing the action is not important. Now, everyone is important to God, right? But sometimes people are not so important in our sentence. For example, this blouse was made in Italy, right? This blouse was made in Italy. By who made the blouse? Not important. The important thing is the country, right? I want to tell you about the country. I don't want to tell you about the person who made the blouse. I want to tell you about the country where it was made. So I don't mention the person because the person is not important to my communication. Or sometimes an action applies to everybody, right? It's not just one person or another person, it's anybody. For example, textbooks can be bought at the student store. Textbooks can be bought at the student store. Can be bought, right? Again, anybody can buy a textbook at the student store. Any student can go to the store and buy a textbook. So I don't have to mention the people because anybody can do it, right? So all of these are passive, right? This one is simple past. This one is simple present. This is past. This has a modal, can, but they're all passive because they all have be, past participle. Be, past participle. Be, past participle. Be, past participle. That's passive. Okay? Let's look at simple present and then we're going to practice. Simple present. What did I say about simple present? Am, is, are. Examples. What time is the schedule usually posted? The windows are washed twice a month. I am often called by telemarketers. It's very annoying. So what do we have? Am, is, are, ed. Called, washed, posted. Right? These are all regular verbs. Are the vegetables always planted in April? The mail isn't delivered on Sundays. And notice with the questions and the negatives, we don't use do, does, or don't, or doesn't. Remember, simple present tense needs the be verb only. No do, no does, no don't, no doesn't. Be verb only. Am, is, are. Am not, is not, are not. Okay? All right, are you ready for some practice? Let's do some practice. Okay. Let me share with you another slide here. Donde está? There we go. Okay. And everybody, could you do me a favor and turn on your microphones? Because I'm going to need you to answer some questions for me. Yeah, I can't turn on your microphones anymore by myself. They changed the system. So if it's not too noisy where you are, please turn on your microphone so you can answer some questions for me. So what are we practicing? Simple present, right? So it says here, grammar focus, present passive. So what do we need? Am, not so common, but is for singular, are for plural. So for example, the college gives a placement test. A placement test is given by the college. The college offers online classes. Online classes are offered by the college. Does the college offer financial aid? Notice we have does in the normal question, but in passive, is. When does the college arrange internships? When are internships arranged by the college? Okay, no problem. So we're looking for am, is, are, plus ed, or past participle irregular. Okay, so for example, when is the English placement test given to the new students? Okay, and what do we want to say here?
English
The
pronunciation.
English placement test. Should we use is or are here?
I think so, is.
Is, right? Because
Is.
test is singular, right?
Is.
And the verb is administer,
Administrated.
Administered, right?
Uh-huh.
With ed, right?
ED.
So
Oh.
for this one, our answer is going to be, let me see here. Our answer is going to be is administered. Like so, right? Is administered, right? Be verb, ed, is administered. Okay? All right. Now the next one, we have a question, and then the test is, it's also about a test. So what can we say here? Should we say is or are?
Is.
Is.
Is a math placement
Test also
required.
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 Right.
Required.
Right. So again, let me put another note here. All right. So we were going to say is, is required, right?
Required.
If I can spell.
Required.
Required. Is the test required? Right? Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So is the math placement test required? And then the answer here says, no, a math placement test
Is not
Is not
exactly
needed.
is not needed.
needed.
So again, let me put a little note here. So we're going to say, oops. Oh, we got too many boxes here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So this one's going to be is not
Yeah.
needed.
Needed.
Right? Is not needed.
Yeah.
A math placement test is not needed. But okay. Now the next one says, where low is the financial aid? Okay. So should we say is or are?
Are.
Where is.
Where are?
Is it singular or plural?
Singular.
Office.
Office.
Is.
Is. Right. Is.
Is. Where is?
Okay.
Where is
So,
the
so
person?
where
is the financial ID located?
exactly. Where is the financial aid office located?
Office, okay.
Okay. My notes don't want to go. There we go. Okay. So where is, oops. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Got too many notes here. Okay. Is the financial aid office located? Right?
Located.
Be verb, past participle, is located. Very good. Okay. And then the answer is going to be the same thing, right?
Yes. It is located
Mhm.
next to the administration
It
office.
is located next to the
Located.
admissions office, right? It is located. Excellent. Okay. Let me go up here a little higher and try number 4. Here we have the word hold. Does anybody know the past participle for hold?
Is held.
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 Very good. Very
Uh-huh.
good. Okay. So is this singular or plural?
It's plural.
Plural. Okay. So what are we going to say in this case?
Where are the classes
Where are the
held?
classes held?
Right. So we're going to say, where are the classes held? Right? Where are the classes held?
Where are the classes held?
Where are the classes held? And then the answer, most of the classes. And otra vez, what are we going to say?
The most classes are held
Are held in the business building. Right.
building.
Most of the classes are held in the business building. Are held. Good. Okay. Now the next one, again, the subject is classes and the verb
Is
is
it
offer. So should we say
are
is or are?
are classes
Are.
offered?
Right.
At different
Are.
time,
Offered.
offered.
So we're going to say
Offered.
are.
Offered.
Are classes
Oh.
offered?
Offered.
All right. Are classes offered? Not offering, offered. There we go.
Offered.
Are
Fair,
classes
yeah.
offered?
Offer.
Offered.
Offered.
All right.
Different times.
Good.
Mm.
All right. The next one.
Is it yes, both days
Just
and
both
evenings
day
classes
and
are
classes.
offered.
Mhm. Yeah, both day and evening classes, otra vez, are offered.
Offered.
Oh.
Okay. And the last one, it says placement services. Is that singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. So should we say is or are?
Are.
Are. Very good.
Provide.
So what are we gonna say?
Are job placement
Our
Are
job
services
placement
provide.
services
Provided
provided.
to graduate.
To graduates.
Exactly.
Graduates.
All right. So our job placement services provided, right?
Yes, provided.
Blah, 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 right? Our job placement services provided. All right. And now the next one, is it singular or plural, this one?
Is are this students? Is maybe it's are, no?
But
Plural.
we have to look
Or
over
job.
here.
Job.
Job
Job
help
help.
Job
Is
help.
is, right? So
Offered.
we're gonna need is here. So we're gonna say
Is-
job help is
offered.
offered. Is
Yes.
offered, right?
Offered.
Job help is offered. Okay. All right. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to turn on, I'm going to play the CD here for you. And I want you to listen to these sentences and listen for the passive. Okay. So first step, I want to get back. Oops, don't want to do that. That's enough. Okay. Go to this button. Okay. We're going to listen to the sound, and I want you to listen for those. We're going to hear is, are, and then ed. Okay. Or in some cases, it's an irregular verb. Okay. So let me stop for a second here. Stop my share. And turn on the sound. Okay. And I'm going to turn off all the microphones for just a second. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So let's listen.
Page 20. Exercise 2A. 1.
When is the English placement test given to new students?
The English placement test is administered a week before the first day of class. 2. Is a math placement test also required?
No, a math placement test is not needed.
3.
Where is the financial aid office located?
It is located next to the admissions office.
4.
Where are the classes held?
Most of the classes are held in the business building.
5.
Are classes offered at different times?
Yes, both day and evening classes are offered.
6. Are job placement services provided to graduates?
Yes. Job help is offered to students who qualify.
There we go. Okay. So let me stop the share for a second. All right. And so we see that's simple present, right? We use is and are mostly. Am is rare, but you can use it if I is the subject. For example, I am called by my mother every Saturday. You could say that. Not common, but possible. And we can use is and are past participle. Why? Because a thing is the subject. Remember, think about those subjects that we just had. A placement test, classes, a job help, right? Internships. These are things. When a thing is the subject, usually the verb is passive because things are not capable of actions, right? Things don't do actions, right? If I have a pen, right? The pen cannot write by itself, right? It's just a piece of plastic and some ink, right? So I can say, oh, my pen was lost. My pen was put in the office. My pen was taken to another place, but the pen cannot do anything, right? The pen cannot do anything. It's a thing. When a thing is the subject, the verb is usually passive. Okay, now, we already just did simple present, right? Simple present, am, is, are. So let's look at simple past. What is simple past? Claro, was, and were, right? Was and were. Okay, so let's go back to my presentation here for a second and look at simple past. All right, here we go. All right, there's simple present we just talked about. Am, is, are. Okay, now let's look at simple past. Here's simple past. We form simple past with was and were and the past participle. Was, were, past participle. Okay? Examples. When was the Declaration of Independence written? This house was cleaned just yesterday. We were almost hit by a drunk driver last night. Unfortunately, I wasn't picked for the basketball team. Were you called by the teacher before class yesterday? The missing necklace was never found. And again, no did, no didn't. Was, were, past participle. In the negative, wasn't and weren't, past participle. No did, no didn't. Was and were. Was and were. All right? Good. Now, I want to practice this a little bit as well. So we already practiced am, is, are. Now let's practice was and were. Okay, so I'm going to share a different document with you in a second here. Let me share this document. And if I can find it. ¿Dónde está? Ah, yes, here it is. All right. Can everybody see a delicious looking pie? Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Turn on your microphones and we're going to practice a little, okay?
Yes.
All right. Look at this example. It says, this pie is delicious. Did you bake it yourself? Right? This pie is delicious. Did you bake it yourself? All right. Did you bake it yourself? All right. That's simple past, right? That's not passive. That's simple past because you is the subject. B says, no, I didn't. That pie was baked by Aunt Karen, right? That pie was baked by Aunt Karen, right? What's the subject this time? The pie.
The pie.
Right? So if you is the subject, that's active. But if the pie is the subject, that's passive, right? Because a pie cannot do anything except make you fat, right? That's a pie. A pie is good at that, but that's the only thing a pie can do, right? Make you happy too. A pie can make you very happy. I love pie. Ooh. Give me a pie. I'm a very happy man. All right. All right. So let's practice this a little bit. I'm going to be A. I'm going to ask a question in simple past with active. You're going to be B, and you're going to answer, no, I didn't, and then make passive. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's start with number one. Number one says, this pie is delicious, or the example. Students, this pie is delicious. Did you bake it yourself?
No, I
No,
didn't.
I didn't.
That
That pie was baked
Baked
by
by
Aunt
Karen.
Karen. Okay. All right. Everybody got the idea?
Mhm.
All right. Let's begin. Let's start with Dulce. Are you ready, Dulce?
I think so.
Why not? All right. Dulce, I'm A and you're B. Okay. Dulce, this picture is beautiful. Did you paint it yourself?
No, I didn't. The picture was painted by my son.
Right. The picture was painted by my son. Perfect. The picture was painted by my son. You got it. Okay. All right, students, let's do it together. Students, this picture is beautiful. Did you paint it yourself?
No, I
No, I didn't.
That
This
picture
was
painted by
my son.
Painted by my son.
All right, good. How about Laura? Laura, are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Laura, this lasagna is wonderful. Did you make it yourself?
No, I didn't. This lasagna was made by Elizabeth.
Exactly. This lasagna was made by Elizabeth. Perfect. All right. Students, this lasagna is wonderful. Did you make it yourself?
No,
No,
I
I didn't.
This
This lasagna was made by Elizabeth.
By Elizabeth.
All right. All right. The next one. This has a word logo. Do you have that same word in Spanish, logo?
No.
Yeah.
What is logo?
Logo is like a design for a company. Like a company has a, you know, like for example,
Like Apple?
like Apple, right?
Apple
They have a
does.
little apple and there's a little thing missing from the apple. That's their logo, right?
Yes.
It's like a picture to represent the company.
The company, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a picture, or the words of the company's name is in a special way, right? That's called a logo. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
like a baseball team has a logo, right? A football team has a logo, right? It's a picture to represent the team or something like that. Okay. So, and we're going to use the verb design. Okay. So let's try. Who are we going to do? We're going to do Ana. How about Ana Arguy? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
This logo is terrific. Did you design it yourself?
No, I did it. This logo was designed by Mr. Sakamoto.
Perfect. All right. Good. Class. This logo is terrific. Did you design it yourself?
No.
No, I didn't.
This
This logo was designed by Mr. Sakamoto. Yeah. Remember, in Spanish, if you make these kind of sentences, you say "por Mr. Sakamoto," right?
Yes.
But in English, don't remember. We're going to say "by." By is the preposition we use for passive. Okay, this logo was designed by Mr. Sakamoto. All right, Yolanda, let's try you.
Okay.
Yolanda, this photo is great. Did you take it yourself?
No, I didn't. This photo was taken by my sister.
This photo was taken by my sister. Excellent. All right, class. This photo is great. Did you take it yourself?
No,
I didn't.
This
This photo was taken
by
my sister. This photo was taken by my sister. Good. All right. How about Edna? Edna, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
All right, Edna. How about the next one here, number 5? This business is super. Did you start it yourself?
No, I didn't. This business was
started.
started by my father.
Perfect. This business was started by my father. All right, good. Students, this business is super. Did you start it yourself?
No,
No, I did it. This
This
business was
by my
started by my father.
my father.
This business was started by my father. Was started by my father. Good. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have here? I have to look at the names here. How about Adan?
Yes, teacher.
Are you there, Adan, my friend?
Yes, okay, I'm here.
Okay, good. How about number 6? This house is spectacular. Did you build it yourself?
No, I didn't. I didn't. This house. I didn't. This house
This
was
house
built.
Was by it.
This was by my parents.
This house was built by, right? Was built by my parents.
No,
Or was bought. Was bought. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, was bought. Yeah. Build is the next one. Build is the next one. Yeah. Okay. Was bought. Was bought by my parents. Okay. All right. Sorry, I asked you the wrong question. All right. So students, this house is spectacular. Did you buy it yourself?
No,
I didn't. This house was bought by my parents. This house was bought by my parents. All right. How about Ana Castro? Are you ready, Ana? Ana Castro, are you there?
Anita.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right, Ana Castro. Okay, Ana Castro, here we go. Let's see. This cabinet is very sturdy. Does everybody know this word sturdy?
no.
No.
Sturdy means it won't break.
Okay.
It won't. It's like sometimes you go to the store and you buy a cabinet or a desk and it breaks very easily, right?
No se rompe.
That's not sturdy, right? If something is sturdy, you say, okay, this is not going to break. The wood is very good. It's solid. The craftsmanship is good. It's not going to break. Sturdy. So you want a cabinet to be sturdy. You don't want a cabinet with very thin wood that's going to break very quickly, right? Okay. So students, this cabinet is very sturdy. Oh no, well, Anna's going to do this one, right? Anna's going to do it.
Anna.
Did you build it yourself?
No, I didn't. That cabinet was built by my friend.
Yeah, it was built by my friend, right? Was built. Was built. This cabinet was built by my friend. Was built. Very good. All right, students. This cabinet is very sturdy. Did you build it yourself?
No,
I didn't.
This
cabinet
cabinet
was
was
built by my friend.
By my friend.
Very good. All right. How about Eulalia? Eulalia, are you there? Oh, you need to turn off that you turn on your microphone. Eulalia, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay. Let's try number 8.
Okay.
Eulalia, this cartoon is very funny. Did you draw it yourself?
No, I didn't. This cartoon was drawn my son.
By my son. This cartoon was drawn by my son. All right, good. Class, this cartoon is very funny. Did you draw it yourself?
No,
I didn't.
This
This
cartoon
was drawn by my son. Good. How about Wendy?
Yes.
Wendy, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Wendy. This letter is perfect. Did you write it yourself?
No, I didn't. This letter was wrote by
Should we say
The
wrote?
assisting manager.
Should we say wrote or written?
Written.
Oh,
Written, right. Gotta have that past participle, right?
Written by my assistant manager.
Right. This letter was written by the assistant manager. Okay. All right, students. This letter is perfect. Did you write it yourself?
No,
No, I didn't. This letter was written by the assistant manager.
By the assistant manager.
All right, very good. Okay, let's see. How about Veronica?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you are? Okay, good.
Yes, turn around.
Oh, all right, are you there? I can't tell if you're here or not. Okay, there she is.
I'm here.
Okay, Veronica. How about number 10? Number 10 says, this kitchen is spotless. Did you clean it yourself? Everybody know this word spotless?
No.
Yes, very clean.
Spotless means very, very clean, right?
very clean.
Oh,
This kitchen is spotless. Did you clean it yourself?
No, I didn't. This kitchen was cleaning by my kid.
All right, this kitchen was cleaned by my kids. All right, very good. All right, students, let's practice. This kitchen is spotless. Did you clean it yourself?
No, I
I
didn't.
didn't.
This
This
kitchen
kitchen was cleaned by my kids.
my kids.
The kitchen was cleaned by my kids. Good. All right, good. Let me see here. How about Yuveli? Are you there, Yuveli?
Yes.
Okay, Yuveli, how about number 11? This dog is very obedient. Everybody, obedient is the same word in Spanish, right?
Yes.
This dog is very obedient. Did you train it yourself?
No, I didn't. This doggy was trained by my husband.
All right, this dog was trained by my husband. Good. Class, this dog is very obedient. Did you train it yourself?
No,
I didn't.
This dog
was trained
by my husband.
by my husband. This dog was trained by my husband. Good. All right. All right. Let me see here. The next one is this plan is fantastic. Let's see. How about Cruz? Are you there, Cruz?
Okay. Yes, teacher.
Okay, Cruz. This new plan is fantastic. Did you suggest it?
No, I didn't. This new plan was suggested by my supervisor.
Yeah, was suggested, right? We got to have our ED. Remember, all of these regular verbs need ED. Was suggested by my supervisor.
Yes.
This plan was suggested by my supervisor. Good. All right, students, this new plan is fantastic. Did you suggest it yourself?
No,
I didn't.
I didn't.
This new plan was suggested by my supervisor.
By my supervisor.
Okay, good. All right. Okay. All right. So we're moving along. Simple present, am, is, are, past participle. Simple past, was, were, past participle. Okay? Now let's look at simple future. What's simple future going to be? Will be, past participle. Is going to be, past participle, right? Will be is going to be past participle. Okay, so let's look at that a little bit on our presentation, and then we will practice. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Here we go. Let me go back to the presentation if I can find it. There it is. Okay. All right. So here was simple past. We just practiced, right? Was, were, past participle. All right. Here we go. Passive with modals and future. Remember, modals are can, could, should. We were practicing last week and 2 weeks ago, right? Modals. We form passive in modals, including will for simple future, by using be and past participle. Example. When will the quarantine be lifted? That's a good question. The house should be painted soon. Again, B. If we don't get more students, the class might be canceled. B. This medicine must not be taken by people allergic to sulfur. Raccoons can be found all over North America. How do you say raccoon in Spanish?
Mapache.
Mapache.
Mapaches.
Mapache?
Yes, mapache.
Mapache. The mapache. The mapache.
Beautiful.
They are cute, but they are terrible.
Yes,
Raccoons are terrible.
terrible.
They eat your garbage. They ruin your roof. They're awful.
Under the
Yes.
house too.
No me gusta.
No.
Under the house, yeah. They look very cute, but they're actually terrible. They're terrible animals. Right?
It's
There's
too
a squirrel. A
aggressive.
squirrel is nice. A squirrel just runs around and eats the nuts and climbs the tree. The raccoon is
fruit.
terrible.
Yes.
Rude, terrible animals.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Raccoon. I have some bad feelings.
Mr. Mapache.
I'll tell you why I have bad feelings about raccoons. I have a bad experience with raccoons.
Oh.
Oh, me too.
Because one summer, my family and I went camping, and we went to sleep, and when we woke up, we discovered that the raccoons had destroyed and eaten all our food for the next day. All the food was destroyed.
Oh.
The hamburgers, the meat, everything was destroyed.
It wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't his fault.
It was my fault. Yeah, I know. I should not have left the food out on the table. Yes.
Yes.
You're right. But the raccoons are very clever, because it was not like out on the table. It was in the cooler, and the raccoon opened the cooler and went into the cooler and
Wow.
Oh.
So the raccoon is very smart.
they're smart. Yeah, they're smart. They're smart, and they want your food. Anyway, enough about raccoons.
Yes.
But as you see, can be found. Must not be taken. Might be canceled. Should be painted. Will be lifted. Okay? Everybody got the idea? All right. Are you ready for some practice with this? All right. All right. Let's practice with all these different ones. I'm going to make a sentence with a modal or with a will, and you're going to make a passive. Okay. So if I say I will clean the house, you will say the house will be cleaned, right? Okay. So just listen to my active sentence, and you make it a passive. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Somebody should call the police. Somebody should call the police. What can we say?
Police.
The
police
will be.
I said somebody should call the police, right?
Should call the police.
So the police
Police
should
Somebody.
be called, right? The police should be called. Should be called. Yeah, I don't need to say by somebody, right? Somebody should call the police, right?
Yeah.
Somebody should call the police. The police should be called. Okay?
Should be called.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. I might invite Carmen to the party. I might invite Carmen to the party.
Carmen might
Don't forget what's the big word? Be, right?
be.
So Carmen might
Be invited
to the party.
To the party.
Right. Carmen might be invited to the party.
To the party.
Okay. Carmen might be invited to the party. All right.
Okay.
You must lock this door. You must lock this door.
This
This door must be
Must be locked. Right. This door must be locked. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. You can buy pickles at that store.
That store can be
pickles. You want to say pickles? Pickles.
Oh, pickles.
No,
Pickles can be
bought at that store,
Can
right?
bought to the store.
Pickles can be bought at that store, right?
Just
Pickles can be bought at that store. All right.
Can be
bought.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. The students will finish the project tomorrow. The students will finish the project tomorrow.
The project
will be done.
Will be done.
Will be finished, right?
Will be finished tomorrow.
Right. The project will be finished tomorrow. The project will be finished tomorrow. Okay. So whether it's can be, might be, should be, could be, must be, will be, past participle. Okay. All right. Let's look at one more thing. Let's look at one more thing, and then we're going to go back and practice them all together. But let's look at future a little bit more closely. Let me see if I can find the proper page here. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. What do you see on the screen right now?
passive exercise 4.
Passive exercise 4? Okay, good, very good, very good. Okay, we're not going to do all of this together, but let's do some of it together. All right, oops. All right, what does it say here? It says, somebody will meet you at the airport. And it says, change it to passive. All right, remember, what are we going to use? We're going to use will plus be plus past participle. Okay, so we're going to start with the object. That's you, right? So what are we going to say? You
will be met
at the airport.
At the airport. Right?
Oh, we take it out somebody.
Correct. Yeah, you don't need the somebody. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says here, you don't need to repeat somebody. Somebody will process your application. So what are we going to say? Your application
will be processed.
Processed. ED. Okay, and check. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody will find your glasses. Somebody will find your
glasses will be found.
Will be found.
Will be found, right? Your glasses. Oops, I forgot the your.
Your glasses.
Your glasses. Okay.
Will be
Check.
found.
There we go. Your glasses will be found. Okay. The next one. Somebody will bring food. Okay, so we're going to put food in the first position.
Okay.
Food.
Food will be brought.
Food will be brought. Right? There we go. This is just simple future, right? Somebody will help you.
We will be helped.
You will be helped. Right? You will be helped. Okay. Somebody will steal that bicycle. Uh-oh.
That bicycle will be
Stolen.
Will be stolen.
Ya es en el pasado.
Participle. That's participle. All right, good job. All right, let's do up to number 10 and then we'll stop. Somebody will take your order.
Your order will be taken.
Will be
Taken. Right? Past participle, taken.
Will be
Right?
taken.
All right. Somebody will write a new book. What can we say?
A new book will be written.
Yeah, with two T's written, right? Okay. All right, two more and then we'll stop. Somebody will build a new stadium.
A stadium will be built.
Stadium will be built.
Stadium
Will be built.
A stadium will be built.
Built. Esa palabra, built. Built.
And somebody will collect your luggage.
Your luggage will be collected.
Es en the past.
Your luggage will be collected. All right, no problem?
No problem.
No, not so bad,
This
right?
is easier, but when it's practice alone, it's difficult.
All right. All right, so.
We see in the test.
We'll see on the test.
No. Oh, my test
Oh,
is
my
terrible. Terrible. Oh, my
It will
gosh.
be so hard.
All right, so now, if you are a level 5 or a level 6 student, you have to also pay attention to present perfect passive
I know.
and present continuous passive, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're level 4 or level 3, don't even worry about it right now. Level 4, yay! But level 5 and level 6, you have to do present perfect and present continuous. So I want to mention that real fast, just so that my 5s and 6s have it in their mind. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I will mention it. So give me just a second to share the board here, and I'll mention those other two passives very fast. Okay, this is only for level 5 and level 6 students. All right, so present perfect. Yeah, and level 5 and level 6 students, there is a video I put online about present perfect passive and present continuous passive. So you can watch that video if you want to. I will send you the link. I will send you the link to the video, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
But this is, again, like I said, only for 5s and 6s. So 3s and 4s, you don't have to worry. Present perfect passive. So for example, Jorge has, let's see, what has Jorge? Jorge has signed the contract. Okay. All right, what are we going to do? The contract, we're going to do the same stuff,
The
right?
contract.
But we need our be verb. So what can we do?
Has been.
Has been, exactly.
Sign it.
Have been signed
By
Jorge.
Jorge. So instead of saying was, we're going to say has been, right?
Has been.
That's present perfect, right? We're going to say has been, right? See, instead of simple past, I said was signed, right?
Yes.
So present perfect, I say has been signed. Now present continuous is a little more tricky. Oops.
Es un pajarito que está.
Is double E? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, too many is. Thank you. All right. So here we have. All right. David is making the donuts. Okay.
The donuts.
The donuts?
The donuts. And is donuts singular or plural?
Plural.
So we need are.
Are.
And here's the tricky part.
Being making. Made.
David.
By David.
That's present continuous.
Made.
Yeah. Are being, right? That's the tricky part, that being.
Being.
The donuts are being made by David. So again, only level 5s and level 6s have this on your test. If you're level 3 or 4, it's not on the test, so don't panic about it right now. But level 5 and level 6, this is on the test.
I am terrible teacher.
Oh no.
I am practice my test and no.
Oh, you did the practice test? It's not good?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, well. All right. So we have has been and are being, right?
Are being.
Okay.
So for perfect passive, we use been. For continuous passive, we use being. Okay, I just wanted to mention that a little bit because, like I said, and I'll send everybody the link to the video. There's like a 15 or 20-minute video that you can watch about it online. So I'll send you that. I'll send you that link to the video if you want to watch that video by yourself. That's special for 5 and 6. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Back to business here. Okay. So, but let's focus on the most important. Simple present, simple past, simple future. Okay. So simple present passive, we use what? Am,
is, and are.
And simple past, we use
Was
and
were.
And simple future, we use
Will
be.
Will be.
And then in addition, must be, could be, should be. Okay. Right? Okay, so let me go back to my presentation now and let's practice with all of them mixed up together. Okay. All right, there's that evil raccoon again.
Raccoon.
Oh, the raccoon. Okay. All right, so let's go to practice. All right. Can everybody see the practice?
Yes.
Yes.
What does it say? The more you practice, the better you get. That's true. All right, and what does it say? Can you change these active sentences to passive? Now this time it's going to be a little more difficult because we have to decide am, is, are, was, were, or be. Okay, so let's look carefully. All right, now this one is future, right? The farmers will plant the corn soon. So this is simple future. So how can we make passive?
The corn will be planted by the farmer.
By the farmer. No, I think we don't.
The farmer.
Yeah.
Or
The corn will be planted soon.
planted soon
And
by
you,
the farmer.
and you could say by the farmers or not. It's not important,
Okay.
right? Yeah, if you want to say by the farmer, no problem, but you don't have to. The corn, but the key point, the corn will
be
be planted.
planted.
The corn will be planted. Good. All right. We lost the game in the last minute. Now, what's the object here? The game, right?
Game.
Is this past, present, or future?
It's past.
Past. Okay. Okay. So should we say am, is, are, was, were, or will be?
Was.
Right. So what do we say?
The
The
game
game
was
Lost by the last minute.
The game was lost in the last minute.
the last
And
one.
again,
Was
by us, you can say by us or not.
It was lost in
The
the
game
last
was lost in the last minute.
In the last minute. Okay.
The game was lost in the last minute.
It was.
The students didn't understand the story. Oh, now this one's a little tricky because it has didn't. But what did we say about passive? No do, no did, no does, right? So what are we going to say instead?
The students
Well,
weren't.
well, let's start with the story. The story.
The story weren't. No, the story was
understood.
Wasn't understood
by the students.
There we go. The story wasn't understood
Was understood
by the students. It was a very complicated story. It wasn't understood by the students. Remember, I'm not going to use didn't. I'm going to say wasn't. Right? Okay. And uno más on this page. Carlos always sweeps the floor. Is that past or present or future?
Present.
Always.
Floor.
Present, right.
Present.
So what are,
Floor.
Is
The floor
The floor
was
Was.
real.
should we use is or was?
Was.
Is it past?
Always.
No, it's the present.
No.
The floor is sweep.
Is always
Swept.
swept
Swept.
by Carlos, right?
It's always swept by Carlos.
The floor is always swept by
by
Carlos. Is always swept. Is always swept. Okay?
always.
Active and passive. All right. Let's try some more. You should always follow the instructions. You should always follow the instructions. This one has should.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, what did we say about should? Same as
Yeah.
will, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The instructions
The instructions
should be
Always.
always
Follow.
should always be followed, right?
The instructions should always be followed.
The instruction should always
The instructions should always be followed. Okay.
Oh, it's not correct. The should be always.
No, should always be.
Yeah,
Yeah, always goes after the first auxiliary.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, this one is negative. Brazilians don't speak Spanish, right? They speak Portuguese down there in Brazil.
Don't
Right?
speak Spanish.
So we want to make Spanish the subject. Is this past or present or future?
The present.
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 So that means, do we want isn't or aren't?
Isn't.
Isn't, right?
Isn't.
So Spanish
Spanish isn't spoken by Brazilians.
By Brazilian.
Spanish isn't spoken by Brazilians. Spanish isn't spoken by Brazilians. Isn't spoken by. Perfect. All right. Now here's a question. Can students use computers? Well, we want to keep can in the first position because it's a question, right? But we don't want the students to be the subject. We want the computers to be the subject. So what can we say? Can the computers?
Can the computers?
Computer?
Can the computer
Can
be used?
can be computer.
Can the computers?
Used by students?
So we want to say
Used.
be
Can
used, right?
be used. Okay.
Right? Can these
Can
computers
these computers
be
be used
by students?
Okay.
Can these computers be used by the students? Can be used.
Be used. Okay. It's a little tricky.
Indeed, it's a little tricky. All right. So 3 people witnessed the crime. Okay, so the object is the crime. Is this past or present or future?
Past.
Past.
This past.
Okay. So it's going to be was or were? Was, right?
No,
Because
was because the crime.
crime is singular.
Crime was crime.
So the crime
was witnessed
was
by
witnessed by 3 people.
By 3 people.
Exactly. The crime was witnessed by 3 people. The crime was witnessed by 3 people. Good. All right, let's look at number 9. Number 9, David found your cell phone. David found your cell phone. Okay, this is past tense again, right?
Yes.
Your cell phone.
Your cell phone was
David by David.
Exactly. Your cell phone was found by David.
Was
found. Okay, and the last one, simple future. We will call the customers tomorrow. We will call the customers tomorrow. We will call.
Tomorrow.
The customers
will be
called tomorrow.
There we go. The customers will be called tomorrow. The customers will be called. All right. No problems?
No.
Okay. So a lot can be accomplished when passive is used correctly, right? Can be accomplished is used. Those are both passive, aren't they? All right. Good. All right. Good. All right. Hello again. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. It's right now. It's about 11:15. We'll take a short break, and then when we come back after the break, I'm going to talk about the final test. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about the final test. We'll do maybe a little practice for the final test, and then I'll make sure everybody here has their Schoology account and knows how to use it. Right. Okay, and if I have to stay extra to help people who don't know their Schoology yet, I will be happy to do so. We got Uveli's already set up, right, Uveli?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, Uveli called me last night, and my wife said, "Who are you talking to at this late hour?" No. No, that's not what happened. I'm joking.
Let me talk to her.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so we will take a little break, then we'll come back and we'll look at the different test questions. We'll look at the different test questions that are on all the different levels, and then we'll make sure everybody knows how to access the test. And then we'll take a break and let you take the test this weekend. Okay. All right, so probably we'll stop a little bit early today, but let's take a break now and we'll come back in 10 minutes and then we'll talk about each of the levels on the test, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, sounds good? All right,
Sounds good.
so break for 10 minutes. So I'll see you at 5 to 11, okay?
Okay, teacher.
All right, so I'm going to stop my video and I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Yolanda,
¿Qué pasó, Anita?
tú entraste a Psychology y viste el test. O sea,
Sí, practiqué.
¿Cómo entraste?
Ok, como nos dijo él, ¿verdad? En la pantera y luego después en el folder rojo, pero yo pensé que iba a ser en general y no, es de acuerdo a tu nivel. Entonces, dice Practice Test Level 5. Son 50 preguntas.
¿Está difícil? ¿Y ese es el verdadero test o es una práctica?
No, es una práctica, Pero...
Si tú lo sentiste difícil, ¿me imaginas?
Sí, está difícil. Bueno, yo creo que para Verónica, ¿no? Pero sí está...
No,
Verónica, ¿ya lo practicaste tú? No.
No, yo no lo he practicado.
Y ya lo puse, entonces me dice mi hijo, te lo corrijo, le dijo, no, déjalo así, quiero ver qué tanto puedo, ¿verdad? Porque no tiene chiste que él me lo corrija y yo lo mandé así, iba a decir, wow, y a la mera hora no sé nada.
Exacto.
Bueno, entonces lo mandé así, me dice mi hijo, me hubieras dicho porque yo te corrigiera. Le dije, no, déjalo así, quiero ver. No. Tuve de las 25 buenas y 25 malas.
O sea que el mismo programa te lo corrige.
Sí, porque tú le pones submit y luego
lo
ahí te
voy
dice,
a hacer mañana porque no quiero pasar
¿cuánto tiempo te tardaste en hacerlo? ¿Verdad? Te dice el tiempo que te tardaste en hacerlo, te dice cuántas buenas, cuántas malas. Luego pero antes de ponerle submit, te dice, ¿quieres revisar? Y pues ya hay algunas veces que dudas y cambias, y cuando cambias es la palabra, es lo malo, ¿verdad? Porque te hace dudar.
¿Sabes qué es la ventaja? Que siempre hemos querido saber cómo salimos en los exámenes. Y ahora sí podemos ver por las respuestas.
Sí, entonces ya te dice y ya, entonces tú piensas que estás bien, lo mandas y ya y ya te da, luego te da el score. Ya te dice, yo tuve de 50, 25, 25. Y dije, oh, no puede ser.
Hoy lo voy a practicar.
Uno cuenta.
Sí.
¿Cómo realmente está uno?
¿Y sabes en dónde fue lo que me equivoqué más que nada? En esto último que nos dijo, del present perfect passive y del present continuous passive.
Sale todo lo que hemos estado viendo estos días.
Todo.
Wow.
Este es el que dice by Jorge. ¿Cuál es el que tienes que tomar para hacer el subject y el object? Y luego después cómo tienes que cambiarlo. Y te dice, no, pero, o sea, no tienes que escribirlo, sino te dice A, B, C, D, ¿no? Y ya tú lees, pero casi todas se parecen, y dices tú,
ese es el
¿cómo?
problema.
Entonces, tienes que leer bien la oración y ponerle, o sea, hacerle match ver con cuál y todo eso, ¿verdad? Y dices tú, no, pues esta, yo pienso que está bien esta, y por una letra o por una palabra de más, es donde tú estás mal.
Ya me asustaste.
No. Bueno, yo, que
mañana voy a tratar. Mañana que esté.
Yo pensé que eran, otras veces he practicado así los exámenes. Por ejemplo, de 1 o 2 niveles, ¿verdad? Sí, son 15, son 20, pero ahora que vi son 50. Y ahí te dice, y luego dices, ¿tú quieres hacerlo? O le preguntas, ¿quieres hacerlo otra vez? Te dice, no, esa es una sola vez. O sea, que ni para practicar
Verónica,
más y más y más.
Verónica.
No, Verónica está en el sexto.
¿En el sexto?
O sea que tú vas a tener más todavía.
Mucho más.
No, tal vez tenga las mismas preguntas 50, pero diferentes, porque es el nivel 6.
Sí, claro.
Wow. Y yo pensé que, como él dijo la vez pasada, apretarle, y yo dije, ay, va a ser 3, 4 y 5, ¿no? O 3 y 4. Dice, no está tan complicado, pero cuando me dice ahí, cuando yo le apreté, Entonces ya sale mi nombre, todo, y ya dice, ok, nivel 5.
O sea, mira, yo te fuiste a la Panther y de allí a Tess.
No, hay un folder rojo que nos dijo él.
Ajá.
Ajá. Y ahí le aprietas y primero te va a decir Caos en lo que nos dio la vez pasada. Causa, ¿sí que nos dijo? Espérame, déjame buscar. Causes and effects. Abajo viene practice test, dice, y te dice tu nivel.
Oh, perfecto. Voy a entrar entonces.
Ajá, te dice tu nivel, dice practice test nivel 5, y ya, le aprietas ahí y ya ahí empieza.
Wow.
Perfecto. Ya me asusté. Voy al baño. Ya lo voy a practicar más tarde.
Ok, yo también. Ahí nos vemos ahorita.
Sí,
Bye.
chicas. Ahorita
Ok,
las
bye.
miro.
Ok, bye.
Hola.
¿Cómo están?
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Is everybody back? Almost?
Yes.
All right, let me
Yes, we're here.
get my camera on here. There we go. There I am. All righty, here we are. Okay, so let me first go through that paper I sent you earlier this week to make sure everybody knows how to access their test on Schoology. And then second, we're going to go over some typical questions for each level's test. Okay. Okay. So and then we'll be done, and we'll let you. Remember, like I said, this test is an optional test. If you want to just stay in the same level, no problem. But if you want to take the test, you're more than welcome to. It's sitting there waiting for you in Schoology to take. But let me show you first if I can share it with you, the method for getting onto Schoology here. Let me see here if I can find that one right here. Okay. Can everybody see the file that says how to take an assessment on Schoology?
Yes.
This is what I sent. This is what I sent you earlier this week. And so you should all have this file in your, either in your WhatsApp or in your Remind app, right? So now the key point about Schoology is that our class has a special, it's not just Schoology.com. You have to put in that DACE or it won't work, right? If you just go to Schoology.com and put in your password and email, it won't work. So make sure it's DACE. Schoology.com. If you're using an app, you have to make sure you choose the Abram Friedman Center as your school. All right. So once you put in your special, not your personal email, your special school email. If you don't have a school email, let me know. I have a list of all the emails, and I can tell you what your email is. All right. And then you put in your password. Again, if you don't have a password, let me know, and I will set one up for you. So you have a special school email and a password. This happens to be a student named Miguel Flores, and he put in his password, okay? So once you get into Schoology and you push sign in, you push the sign in button, you're gonna get to a page that looks like this. You're gonna click on this first button here that says courses. Everybody see that button that says courses?
Yes.
Okay. Click on courses, and then you'll see a bunch of classes. Most of them will look like this. They're blue with this book and this pencil on it, right? That's not our class. Our class has a picture, right? Ours is not a lion. Ours is a panther, right? We're the panther.
Yeah.
We are the Panthers. So you look for the panther and you click on the panther, right? This one happens to be my Monday class, so that's my Monday class is a lion. But anyway, you look for the panther. Ours is a panther, right? Okay, so once you click on the panther, you'll get to a page that looks like this, right? And you look for a red folder that says Spring 2020 Testing, a red folder, right? And in the red folder, there will be various things. But at the bottom of the red folder, there will be two tests. One will say grammar final, and one will say listening and reading. One is blue and one is green. Those are the two tests that we have to take. Okay, so once you click on the test, you're going to get something that looks like this. And then you're going to push that button that says Start Attempt. Push that button that says Start Attempt. And then you answer all the questions. And then when you're finished, if you want to stop in the middle, that's no problem. But then when you come back, you're going to see something that looks like this. You're going to push the button that says Resume. Right? That's only if you stop in the middle. If you stop in the middle, you have to push resume to continue the test. You can stop in the middle and go take a break, no problem. But when you come back, you got to push this button that says resume.
Resume.
Okay? Then, once you're finished, completely finished, you're going to have two buttons. One will say review and one will say submit. So once you're done, you're going to push that button that says submit. Yes.
Yes.
Because it will ask you, are you sure you want to submit? And you say, yes, I'm sure. Okay. And then you have to wait. You won't get your score immediately. You'll get a page that looks like this. Right? You'll get a page that looks like this, and you'll wait, I would say 2 or 3 minutes. Wait 2 or 3 minutes. You know, go make a coffee, go check your email, whatever you want to do. And then come back and you press this button right here that says view. And once you press the button that says view, you're going to see your score. For example, this student got 49 out of 50. All right. And then you can look at the ones you got right. The ones you got right will be in green. The ones you got wrong will be red.
Oh.
And then once you finish that test, then you do the reading and listening test. It's a little bit different, but it's basically the same strategies. Okay? Okay, no problems?
No problem.
No problems. Good. Good. Okay, now let me stop the share for a second. And let's see. Does anybody here not have their email and password? Anybody not have email and password? Anna, you need your email and password? Maria, you need an email and password? Dulce, you need email and password? Okay.
Yes.
It's like several people need emails and passwords. Okay. All right. I'm gonna set you up with this after we. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna stop a little bit early, and the people who need their emails and passwords will stay. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll do one by one everybody's email and everybody's password. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So but if you have your email and password and you're ready to go, you can just go ahead and take the test. But like I said, we'll stop maybe a little bit early today so that I can help the people who need their emails and passwords. It takes about 2 minutes for each student, but we have 15 students here, so it'll take about a half an hour for me to do everybody.
Teacher, I need to take the test today.
No, but you need to take the test by Monday at 5 o'clock. Okay.
Oh.
So you can take it today, you can take it tomorrow, you can take it Monday, but if you don't take it by Monday at 5 o'clock, I have to submit the grades by Tuesday morning.
Oh, okay.
So yes, ma'am, Anna.
Okay. I don't wanna do the test.
That's fine.
Yeah, I wanna just keep in the level.
That's fine. Yeah, yeah. So if you don't take the test, I assume you want to stay in the same level.
Okay.
And you don't have to remember, like I said at the beginning of the class, this has been such a crazy 3 months that maybe you say, oh, I don't think I'm ready for the next level yet. No problem. Just stay.
Anyway, do I have to have the Schoology my email?
Eventually you will, but you don't have it for today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, but eventually you're going to need it because there's going to be a lot of content on Schoology that you're going to want to use.
Oh, okay.
But you don't need it today.
Oh, okay.
If you're not going to take the test. Yeah, if you're not going to take the test, you don't need your Schoology account yet.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to take the test, I want to get you set up for that today.
Oh, okay. So.
Okay. All right.
Later.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about the email and password? Yeah. The email is a special LAUSD email. You cannot use your Yahoo or your Gmail account. You have to use a special email account. Everybody has one, but I have to give it to you and you have to write it down. So it's all they all are like have your name. And then there's a couple of letters and numbers in it as well. But that's you're going to be your email, and your password I will create for you and tell you what it is. Okay. Okay. So any questions about the email and the password?
El password.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So like I said, we'll probably stop a few minutes early, and the people who need emails and passwords will just stay on the Zoom, and I will help you one by one, because I can't do it all. We can't do them all together because it's just too tricky to do all at the same time. Okay, because some people have phones and some people have laptops, and it's just a mess if we try to do it together. If we had a computer lab, we could do it quickly in 5 minutes and everybody would be done. But the way it's faster if I just help you one by one. Okay. Anyway. All right. Do we have any level 3 students still here? Yes, a few level 3s. All right.
Yes, we are. I'm here.
Okay. All right. Level 3s. We're gonna start with your test, and then we're just gonna work our way up to the top. Okay. So I'm gonna give you some samples, and then we'll spend about 10 minutes on each test, and then we'll stop the class, and I'll help the people who need their emails. Okay. All right. So level 3s and 4, 5s, and 6s you can help watch too. But let me see here. Here we go. All right. Can everybody see this file?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Test preparation, intermediate, low. Everybody see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So let's go through this and let's answer these questions. All right. We'll go through very fast. Again, like I said, I'm gonna budget about 10 minutes for each level, and then this will help you a little bit to get ready for the test.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's see. The first one says, I have got to, or I got to pick up my daughter. Which one should we say?
I have got to.
Have got to, right.
Got to.
Have got to. We want to say have got to.
Have got
to.
Have got to pick up my daughter. I've got to pick up my daughter. That's right. All right. Let's see. The next one. I think that she is an excellent singer, or I think so she's an excellent singer.
I think so.
I think that. Remember, everybody, if you say I think so, that's the end of the sentence. I think so.
The middle.
Punto. Right? But if you have a sentence afterward, you have to say I think that.
I think that.
So you're right. Yo pienso que blah 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 blah. Right? Yeah. A lot of times I hear people make that mistake. They'll say I think so. He is coming today. No, I think that he is coming today.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's in the middle. The
Yes. So is always the last word in the
last
sentence.
one.
I think so. Punto. Right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Number 3. Excuse me. May I your pencil?
Borrow.
Borrow. Exactly. May I borrow your pencil? Right. Remember, if it's my property, I lend. If it's somebody else's property, I borrow. Okay. Michael doesn't have a car, and he doesn't
Want
to buy.
Want plus infinitive, right?
Want to buy.
All right. Number 5. If you want to improve your English, I help you.
I will help you.
I will help you, right? Right. Remember, we use might for possibilities, right? We don't want to say might in this case. I will help you, right?
I agree.
All right. Next one. Wait a minute. A great idea.
I have got
a great idea.
I have
right?
got.
Remember, I have gotten is present perfect. We don't want to say that. We want to say I've got a great idea.
I have
All right.
agree.
The next one. What do you do, Manny? I'm as a cook for many years. Should we say I've been working or I am working?
I've been.
I've been working, right?
I've been
Right.
working.
I've been working as a cook for many years. Present perfect, right? Okay. Number 8. All my friends all work 5 o'clock today.
My friends
Until.
work
Until. Right. Right. Remember, when we have 2, we always say from 2. From 5 to 9, right? But if I just say the last day, I say until. Okay. Number 9, what are we going to say here? The movie
began
at 8:15. Simple past irregular verb, right?
Began.
Number 10, luckily I
was able to do
Apple.
I was able to.
I
was able to. Good.
I was able to.
Okay. Number 11 is present perfect. It says, I haven't done my homework
yet.
Not yet, right? Present perfect. Not yet.
No, yet.
To be honest, I'm sushi.
I never.
I have never eaten.
Present perfect. That's right. Present perfect. I have never eaten
I've
sushi.
never ate. Never eaten. I've never.
All right. Next one says, are you coming to my graduation party?
I hope so.
And now here's where we want so, right? I hope so.
I hope.
Eso espero. I hope so. All right. The next one says, in Texas, but now I'm in Los Angeles.
I used to
live, right? Right? We use infinitive with used to, right? I used to live in Texas, but now I live in Los Angeles. All right. Number 15 says, I'm not hungry because
I have already
eaten. Present perfect, right? Present perfect with already. There we go. All right. Number 16. Have you been here 3:30?
Yeah, have you been for 3:30?
Have you been here?
For 3:30 or since 3:30? Since, right? Remember, four is always the number of minutes or number of hours, right?
Yeah, since.
All right. Number 17. This is the law. Everybody
Must
wear a seatbelt. Yeah. Remember obligations? Must. Obligations? Must. All right. Next one. You can use your dictionary. You are writing the report. While or during?
During.
While. Yeah. Remember, during is always with a noun. For example, during the test or during my lunchtime.
While.
Yeah.
While.
While is one.
Yeah. While is with a subject and a verb. During is with a noun. Right? Durante la tiempo. During the time. Right? All right. The next one says, I'm interested in. That's a preposition.
Trouble.
Travel or traveling? Traveling, right. Remember, we always use a gerund after the preposition. Okay. All right. I'm so happy. I did all the work
myself,
right? That's called the reflexive pronoun, right? I did all my work myself. Okay. So that is what's on the level 3A and 3B test, más o menos. Más o menos. I'm gonna save this for you and I will send it out so you can look at it before you take the test, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me save it. Let me do a save as here. My file, save as. I'm gonna save it. I'll send it to you in your app. So you can look at it before the test. Okay, so this is intermediate low. That's level 3. I'll write level 3 so it's very clear. So everybody knows. Level 3. Okay. All right, I'll send that out to you later. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, let's jump up the ladder. Let's go to level 4. Let's see, level 4. ¿Dónde está level 4? Here we go. Okay. All right, level 4 people. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. And again, level 5s and level 6s, you can play along too. And level 3s, maybe you know some of this stuff. Okay. All right. How about the first one? Children, you play in the street.
I can see the level.
Oh, you don't see it?
No,
Okay,
no.
I'm sorry. I always forget to push the right button. Okay. Is this the right one? Yes. Okay. All right. Do you see now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Children, you play in the street. What can we say there?
You must not.
Must not.
Exactly. Remember, prohibition, must not. Remember, don't have to means it's not necessary. All right. I wonder in her free time. This is what we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
What she does.
What she does, right? Remember, indirect question, right?
What she does.
I wonder what she does in her free time. The patient was still, so he told us what happened.
Conscientious.
Conscious, right? Okay. All right. Michael has a car, but actually doesn't have a car, but actually
wants to buy.
But actually he wants to buy one, right? All right. This one we already had on the level 4. If you want to improve your English, I
Help you.
Will help you.
Right. We already had that one in the level 3 test. All right. Oh, here's passive right here, right? Oh no, the house
was damaged during
damaged, right? That's what we were talking about today. Passive. The house was damaged. Do you know Manny?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
What does he like?
What's he like?
Should be what's he like here.
What's he like?
What's he like? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I ask you to describe something, I say, what is it like?
What's he like?
Do you know,
What is it like? Okay. All right. Number 8. Looks like a subject. What do we say? Dance or dancing?
Dancing.
Dance.
Gerund, right? Gerund subject.
Every weekend.
Gerund subject. Dancing every weekend helps me keep in shape. All right. The movie may still be or may still have been.
May still have been.
Is it past or is still past or still present?
Present.
Present. So may still be.
May
right?
still be.
In the theater.
May still be in the theater. Number 10. Luckily, the cost of my annual checkup pays or is paid?
Paid.
Is paid.
Is
by
paid.
insurance.
Passive,
Is paid.
right? That's what we were talking about today. Is paid. All right. Now this next one, I don't think we got to in our class this year.
Have you?
This is called the tag question, right?
Have you?
You haven't done your homework.
Have you?
Have you?
Haven't you?
Have you?
Remember when you have the affirmative here, you have
Negative.
the negative here, and it's always one of
negative,
each, right?
The negative.
It's always one of each.
Yeah.
Here's present perfect again, right? We had this question a minute ago, so same
never
answer.
eaten.
Have never eaten. All right. Are you coming to my graduation party? I hope I can, but I have to work, or I wish I could, but I have to work. Which should I say? I hope or I wish?
I no. I could.
It says, I have to work.
I wish I could.
I
I
could.
wish I could.
I
Right.
could.
Remember,
I could.
you always say, I wish when something is not possible, right? You say, I hope when it's possible. If it's not possible, you say, I wish.
I wish.
All right. Number 14. I told the teacher something. What did I tell the teacher?
I couldn't.
I couldn't understand the lesson. Right? Remember, if the first verb is past, the second verb needs to be past too. All right. All right. The students were given an assignment, or the students gave an assignment?
We're given an
Were
assignment.
given, passive, right? Again, the teacher gave the assignment, right? The students were given. Now this one goes back to way back to like the second lesson we had online. By the time we got to the station, the train was left or the train had left?
The train
had left.
Had left. Past perfect, right?
Yes.
The train had left. Number 17 is the same from level 3. This is the law. Everyone must wear a seatbelt. Must. Good. All right. Here's again another one we had from the level 3 test. You can use your dictionary. While. You are writing the report, right? While plus continuous verb. Here's another one we had in the level 3. Are you interested in traveling? Good. And if you want to get that book for cheaper, you
must look online.
Is it an obligation or a suggestion?
Suggestion.
Suggestion. Should is better, right? Right. It's not the law, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one. This is for my level 4s. Okay.
Chicas, ahí viene lo bueno.
Level 4. Okay. Okay. Save. Okay. All right. And now let's go to level 5. Up the ladder we go. All right. This is, oop, that's level 3. Here's level 5. Okay. Okay, can everybody see level 5?
Yes.
All right. All right. The first one says, oh no, it is late. I had better or I might pick up my daughter.
Might pick up. I might pick up my daughter.
I had
better, right?
Had better.
Right? Might means it's a possibility. Had better means it's important, right? Something's important. I had better pick up my daughter. Remember we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Had better.
But we didn't.
All right. Let's see. The next one. If you were more careful, remember these conditionals? If you were more careful,
you wouldn't
make so many mistakes. Very good. All right. Next one says, I don't know where Mary went. She may go or may have gone.
May have
gone, right? It's past, right?
It's past.
All right. I like pizza, and so does my brother, or my brother is too.
My brother
is too.
So does my brother, right? Because this is simple
So
present.
does my brother.
Simple present. So we want does, right?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5. I hope that you can, or I hope that you could.
You can.
Can.
Cold.
Possibility. I hope you can. I wish you could. I hope you can. I'm tired. Should we say I'd rather stay or I'd better to stay?
I bet.
I'd rather to stay.
I'd rather stay, right? I'd rather. Remember, I'd rather means I prefer. I'd rather means I prefer. All right. Number 7. Are you busy tomorrow, Manny? Yes.
I will.
I'm working. I'm going to be working all day.
I'm going to be.
Yeah, we remember we need that be for
I'm going
continuous,
to be
right?
working.
I'm going to be working all day.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be.
Will
Okay.
be working would be okay, but we need for this one, I'm going to be working. Okay. Okay. All right. This one I just talked about a little bit earlier. The car is the subject. So we want a passive, right? But this one's present perfect.
Has already washed it today?
Now that's active. That's an active sentence. So we want to say has already been washed. Right? That's present perfect passive. Present perfect passive has already been washed.
Yes.
All right. The next one. The movie was very
exciting.
Exciting. Yeah. Remember, when you describe things, you use ing. When you describe your feelings, you just use ed. Right? I am excited because the movie is exciting. I am excited because the movie is exciting. Good.
Exciting.
Here's another embedded question we talked about 3 weeks ago. I don't know.
Where did Mary go?
Where Mary went, right? Remember?
Where Mary went.
Connector, subject, verb. I don't know where Mary went.
Mary went.
All right. All right. Although, aunque, because, Parska, right? Okay. All right. So I hadn't done my homework. The teacher wasn't angry. Should we say although or because? Although, right? Although. It's a contrast. Although I hadn't done my homework, the teacher wasn't angry. Although. All right. Although is aunque in Spanish, right? All right. The next one. Your car right
Is
now.
being repaired right now.
Exactly. That's the present continuous passive. All right. How about the next one? Are you coming to my graduation party? Sorry.
I will be working.
Yes.
Future continuous, right? Future continuous. The next one, I didn't like the book my sister recommended. Should I say who or that?
That.
I didn't like the book that my sister recommended. All right. Now the next one, I don't think we had a chance to talk about this one either. Peter is neither at home. Should I say or nor?
Or at work.
It's not at home.
Nor. Right? Remember, those two are partners. Neither and nor. Neither and nor. The two with ends. You say either or, neither nor. Okay? When you finish using the computer, please
turn
off.
turn off it or turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. That it goes in the middle. Right? It goes in the middle. All right. Number 17. A nurse is hard work.
Be a nurse is hard to work.
Is that be or being? Being. Gerund subject, right?
Yes.
All right. Here's another passive here, right? The game will
Be play it.
Be
Next Monday.
played. Right. Passive. Okay. Now the next one, the pronunciation is the same. Whose. But which one is the correct one? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
The second one, right? When you ask about property, we say whose with a W-H-O-S-E, right? Whose car, whose book, whose pencil. And number 20, I hope I do
well in my job.
in my job interview. That's right. Remember, well is an adverb, good is an adjective. All right. There you go. So that's level 5. Oh my goodness. Level 5. Save as. Okay. Save this as level 5. Level 5. Okay. And I will send this to you right after the class is over for your practice. Okay. All right. All right. Level 6. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's take a look at level 6. All right. Here we go. Here it is.
Okay.
Level 6. Okay. All right. Here we go. Climbing up the ladder to the highest part. Okay. Super duper advanced questions. Okay. All right. All right. What does it say? The dinner prepared by 6 o'clock. Should I say had prepared or had been prepared?
Had
been prepared.
Had been prepared. That's a passive, right? Due to it is raining or due to bad weather?
Bad weather. Bad weather.
Right. Remember, due to is a noun, so we need a preposition. Due to. Okay. I was going to apply for the job, but I put it off or I threw it away.
I put it off. I put it off.
Put it off. That means postpone, right? Put it off.
I'll put it off.
All right. Michael doesn't have a car, and I don't
Either.
either. Right. I don't either. I'm not either. I haven't either. Right. When I have the negative not, I need the word either. Okay. All right. If you want
to improve.
Right. Infinitive. Right. If you want to improve your English, you can practice
speaking with me.
Speaking with me, right? Practice plus gerund. All right. Number 6. What an excellent idea. I wish I
think of it.
I wish is always with past, right? So I wish. I
had thought of it.
I wish I had thought of it. I wish I had thought of it. Right. All right. Are you going to be here next Friday? No.
I will be by then.
Will be leave or will have left?
I will have left.
Will have left. Future perfect. Yeah. Now, before is a preposition, right? So should I say played or playing?
Playing.
Playing. Gerund with preposition, right? Gerund with preposition. The boys might have gone out or might go out last night.
Might go.
Might
go would be tonight. Might go would be tonight.
Have gone out.
Last night might have gone.
I have gone.
Might have gone. Let's see. Number 10. I don't remember at this restaurant before. To eat or eating?
To eat.
Eating. Right? When you have memories, we say, I don't remember doing that. Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What a mistake. I shouldn't
have done.
I shouldn't have done that.
Have done.
The next one, to be honest, I wish Remember, I wish is always past tense. So what do we say? I wish.
Didn't have.
I wish I
roommate.
didn't have a roommate. All right. Let's see. I need some advice about my hair. You should have it cut or get short the cut.
Short the cut. Yes, short the cut.
You should have it cut short.
Oh,
Have it cut. That's called causative passive. We didn't get a chance to talk about those. All right. Let's see. I worked very hard. However, sin embargo, right? Sin embargo. I got laid off. All right. The next one. I know a man
who has
10 dogs. Remember, which for things, who for people. All right. Mary to the party. Asked that we are going to come or asked us to come?
Ask that we are going to come.
This one.
Ask
us to come.
us to come.
Oh.
Right? Verb, object, infinitive. Verb, object, infinitive. Number 17. Where are my keys? I
must
have dropped conclusion, right? Conclusion. I must have dropped them somewhere.
Must have dropped.
All right. These textbooks in the advanced class
are being
used, right? That's present continuous passive, are being used. All right. I have just my house. What can I say? Had my house be painted or had my house painted?
Had my house painted.
Had my house painted, right?
My house painted.
Again, the causative passive. I have a good life, although I'm happy.
I'm rich. Poor.
Rich.
Although I'm poor, right?
I'm poor.
I'm poor.
Because it's although. Contrast, right? Although I am poor, I am happy. Although I am poor, I am happy. Okay. All right. And let me save that one. Save as.
Teacher.
It's level 6. Yes.
What means poor?
What's that?
What means poor?
Or pobre.
Pobre.
Oh, poor. Poor is pauvre. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me save that one. Okay. All right. That was very fast. And obviously, since we have class only one day a week, and we have 3A, 3B, 4, 5, and 6 in the class, it's hard to cover everything that's necessary for your level in the class. So there are some things on that review that we didn't get a chance to talk about. We talked about most of them. Most of them we talked about, but not everything. So, and again, remember, all of the test comes from that, those, let me see if I can find mine. Where did I put it? Donde está? Oh, it's over here. Hold on. Please. Remember these checklists I gave everybody at the beginning of the trimester of all the skills for your level?
Yes.
You remember that? I gave you this checklist at the beginning. Yeah, all the tests, there's nothing that is on the test that's not on this checklist. Everything, not everything on the checklist is on the test, but the test is from this checklist. So look at the checklist carefully before you start the test and say, do I know how to do this? Yes. Do I know how to do that? Yes. Do I know how to do that? Oh, I better check my notes, right? So look at this list, and that will tell you whether or not you're ready for the test, right? So and remember, if you don't know if you don't have that list anymore, you can find it by looking. If I can share the screen one more time.
Okay.
Right. Here's our Panther class here. Right. Remember, when you go to courses and you click on your Panther.
Okay.
Remember, the first thing is always the skill checklist. Right there. It's a skill checklist. For example, this one's for level 3B. So I can click on this list, and it will open up in this file. It takes a little while to open, but here it comes. Slowly. Here it comes. There we go, loading the document. Very slow. Okay, here it comes. There it is. Right, so you can check and you can see your skill checklist right there too. Right, it's all there. So you say, do I know how to use have got? Do I know how to use if and will? Do I know how to use simple past? Do I know how to use used to? Can I use since and for? Can I use ever and never? Can I use already and not yet? Etc., etc., etc. So there it is. They're right on the website. So there's no secrets on this test, right? Everything that's on the test is right on this page. There's no surprise trick questions. It's all from this page. Okay. All right. Anyway, this one happens to be level 3B, but your level is on your, right? It's always the first file, right? It's the first file in the list right there, right? And then the test is the one down here, right? There's your test, 3B grammar, listening and reading. And the practice test is, again, just for practice. So make sure you do the one that says final, listening and reading. Okay. All right. Okay. So remember, this is not the last class. We still have another class next week. So so you'll take the test this weekend, but we'll still have one more class next week to wrap things up and get ready for summer. And I'll next week I'm going to show you some activities that you can do during the summer to keep practice. Okay.
Okay. It's no summer class?
There's no summer class for Saturday, no, unfortunately. There's summer class during the week. If you have time in the week, you can go to that. I don't know for sure. I'll get that information for you for next week.
Okay.
But it's probably, I would say, there's going to be Zoom classes like Monday to Friday from like 8 to 12, probably.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah. They're all going to be in the morning, I think. But I'll get you the information about it as soon as I can. Okay. I'll send it to you in a message. If I don't, I'll tell you on Saturday. Okay. So we have one more class, and then again, if you want to, only if you want to, take the test, and we'll see if you're ready for the next level. If not, if you're happy to stay in your level, just relax.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
How is when is for registration for the next year?